Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the AKASO Keychain Body Action Camera, ultra lightweight 4K vlog camera. Now, I got this on the Amazon Prime Day deal. I was watching a YouTube channel I watch called Worth It or Not, and he made a quick video showing this camera that it was like half price. And if you've ever seen the Insta360 Go, this is kind of a admittedly cheap, because the Insta360 Go is $400. This is like a really inexpensive look-alike and hopefully something work-alike version of it. Okay, with that done, let's get it out of the box. One of these, I took the cellophane off it already because the cellophane produces such reflections that I can't get a decent video of it. I have not opened this yet, so you're right there at the bleeding edge with me. So that's kind of a nice presentation. And we have the, oh, and thank God we have the cable, the charge cable, and thank God it is USB-C. Probably saw that in the listing. There is, oh, it's got a little base on it. That's nice. I wasn't exactly sure what accessories were going to come with it, but it does come with a little swivel base. Nice. And then, is that a sticky pad on the bottom? I bet it probably is. And I'm sure it pops out of there. Yep, there we go. Pops right out of there. I have not charged it or anything. There is a charge port in the bottom, and I'm going to be charging it. There's also a card slot, micro SD card slot in the bottom. And if you guys don't watch Worth It or Not, you really ought to if you're into, action cameras and dash cameras and drones and things like that. He really does a good job. So let's set this stuff down over there. We have yet another thing over here. If I can get it out of there without wrecking it. This is all some kind of, oh, this is the magnetic thing they talk about. This is a clip, and then a magnetic thing. Interesting. We're going to have to explore this, and of course we have a rubberized holder for it. And I was interested in the Insta360 Go because I want to do a different style of video for some of my things. And an action camera, I bought a chest strap for my action camera, but it leaves something to be desired. Kind of curious how this works. Anyway, I'm sure the instructions will show me. Let's get the instructions out and have a look. And this appears to be all that came with it, unless there's something else under there. They don't look like they meant that to come out. So I'm assuming that's everything. Nothing under the bottom of the box. Nope. So here it is. Quick start guide. What's in the box? The keychain camera, the pivot stand and pivot stand base, the carry-on camera case, the magnet base, an easy clip, and a Type-C charging cable, and a quick start guide. Lens, fill light, charging indicator, status indicator, micro SD card slot, reset button, Type-C port. Those are under the rubber boot on the, on the side or on the end? It's on the end. So they're supposed to, there's a little pinhole for a reset, because the camera, I'm assuming the battery is probably not removable. Download the AKASO Go app. We'll do that here shortly. And how to turn on the Keychain vlog camera. Connect to the app. Okay, we're going to have to get the app first. Press and hold to turn on. Press and the yellow indicator flashes. Turn on Wi-Fi on your phone. Okay, let me go get the app and we'll do those things. I thought while I was getting the app, I'd put it on the charger in case it isn't fully charged. And I plugged it in, and a red light came on the side of it, I'm assuming to tell me it's charging. And here I noticed this clip. This magnetic clip, it doesn't require anything else. It just snaps right on the back, and so does this. It snaps on the back too with the sticky pad. So you know what? That's pretty nice. And it pops into this as well with the magnet. Won't do it while the charging cable's on it, but it does. So I had enough trials and tribulations getting the app to connect to the camera and the camera to work that I thought I would just throw all that video out because there was no way I could edit it to where it makes sense, and come back and try and show you what I figured out. And it's not just getting it connected and functioning. There are some other things I'm going to go over later in the video with you, but basically this just tells you what buttons to push and to go get the app, and that part is okay. It's the sequence of events that the app tells you to do that doesn't work for me. Now, it may work on your phone. I don't know. This is a Samsung Galaxy S10. And while I could make an entire video about the things I don't like about Samsung phones, connectivity, whether it's wireless, Wi-Fi, cell, or Bluetooth, that has always been rock solid. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to press this button on the side of the camera is a rocker switch. The lower one, all I've been able to figure out the lower one does is turn on and off the little fill lights. So you're going to press the top of it till it turns blue, like that. Now, we're going to go to the app, and I have removed and the app is easy to get. It's called AKASO Go. It's in the Play Store, and I'm sure it's in the Apple App Store as well under the same name. And you're going to go to Device. You're going to add a device. You're going to pick your camera. This is a Keychain camera. And now it comes to this screen, and you can see there's a little set of instructions here that if you swipe back and forth, it kind of tells you what to do, but that causes me nothing but trouble when I follow their instructions. I'll get invalid connection. There's 3 different error messages that pop up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's about 50-50. But I have found if you do it the way I'm about to show you, it works every time on mine. So this little set of instructions here will tell you first, press it to make sure it's on in blue, and then it will say press it again and release it until it flashes, and then you got to check the tiny little button that says the above operation has been confirmed, and then press live preview. But that's about a 50-50 chance on mine of it working or giving me one of like 2 or 3 different error messages it can give me and then force me to start all over. So I have found that after it's on, tell it the above operation has been confirmed, press live preview, and when it starts to look, then turn the Wi-Fi on. This works every single time on my phone. Say connecting the camera, then you wait for the camera, and it's SNK something 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 in it. Wait for that to appear. And on my phone, it can take anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds, I guess, before it starts to search for new Wi-Fi. There it is, SNKC_349BE8. Tap that. It'll say connecting. Then it seems to want to check the quality of the internet connection. And of course, the camera has no internet connection, so that part's going to fail. And after a few seconds of trying to check the quality of the internet connection, it says connected without internet. Now, it also may pop up and warn you that, warning, Will Robinson, there is no internet. And you'll have to pick the one that says, yeah, I know, do it anyway type of thing. Once that's connected, do not press anything here except this back button in the upper left-hand corner. If you go home or back here, you're going to go through a rigmarole, at least on my phone, and you may wind up having to start over. But if you press the back button there, you'll go right back to the camera screen, and you will see that it works. That method works every single time for me without fail. Okay, so now that the phone is connected and we're in the app, we'll notice a number of different things. There's a take photo button, a record video button, and under record video, there is record video, loop recording, time-lapse video, and then slow motion video, and we can access all that just by going back and forth here. There is a playback button over here. There's also a take photo button. Now, down here, the thing that looks like stacked papers, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep the phone tilted to keep the worst of the glare from the lights off it. If you tap that little stacked photo icon, that little stacked paper icon, we can change the resolution. We have the default 4K 30, we have 2.7K 60, 2.7K 30, 1080 60, 1080 30, 720 by 120, and 720 by 60. I'm going to leave it in the 4K 30 now because that's what I'm going to first test it on. Now, if you look at it up above, we have an X to shut the app off. We have the amount of time left that's on the micro SD card, and we have battery life left as well. And then we have a little icon here to bring up settings. Under settings, there's image stabilization. By default, it's off. Don't wreck your first set of video by not coming and turning image stabilization on. And you have a choice of off and basic image stabilization. Now, one thing I have noticed about this is a couple of the resolutions do not offer image stabilization. If you accidentally select one of those and then go oops and go back to the one you were on and had image stabilization turned on, it will be turned off. Let me demonstrate. Notice it's turned on now. So if I go out of settings and I go here to resolution, and I go to 720 by 120, and I know image stabilization is not offered in that. Let's go look. So now under here, you'll see image stabilization is completely gone because it's not offered in that resolution. If I go back and I change my resolution back to 4K 30, and I go back into my settings, image stabilization is now off. Every time you move from a resolution that has image stabilization on to one where it's not offered and then back to the one where it was turned on, you're going to have to remember to come back here and turn it back on, or you're going to ruin a video. So we also have auto rotate on and off, wind noise reduction on and off, and I've been out multiple times outside, fairly windy, and I haven't ever turned this on, and the sound from this thing's really pretty darn good. You have the fill light you can turn on and on from the app. You can also turn it on and on from the button on the camera. You have a date stamp settings, auto shutdown time, format SD card, reset the factory defaults, and the camera firmware version. And is there anything else? There is in some of the resolutions. In some of the resolutions, there's a distortion calibration. I'm assuming that's de-warp, like in some of the action cameras. I haven't messed with it. There's also white balance settings as well. And that's pretty much the whole app. Okay, so it is the morning. It's around 7:30 in the morning. I have this camera clipped to my shirt with that magnetic board behind my t-shirt, and the camera just snapped onto the front of it. I believe we are in 4K 30. Beautiful morning, but it is already 92 or 93 degrees. So I got my crazy dog, and we're going to go for a walk. We'll see what it looks like. Come on. All right, come on. Behave. You're not behaving. So I'm sure you can hear my dog yipping and yapping because she hears other dogs in the distance. This is the AKASO microphone, so we're going to find out how good the microphone is or isn't. It's about, 6-7 inches underneath my jawline, so probably not even that much. Okay. No. 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 This is 1080p 30. Come on. Come on. Come. Just ignore him. Come. No. 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 Okay, 4K 30 image stabilization is turned on. So let's see what it looks like. All right, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. So we're testing the audio of this camera too. Remember, it's clipped to my front of my shirt right about chest level, so probably 6-7 inches away from my mouth, and I'm looking straight forward, not talking down at it. Okay, I got a couple of things, well actually more than a couple, to go over with you. Then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on it. The cable it comes with is both a data and a charge cable. I don't know if I mentioned that. I did a battery life and a charge time test. I didn't include the video because, to be honest with you, it's boring and long, and this video is already going to be too long. But AKASO claims 60 minutes of battery life. I got 67 minutes recording 4K video, and when I went back and looked at the video, there were 5 clips on the camera. It splits them up, and each clip was 11 minutes and 10 seconds long for a total video recording time at 4K 30 of 55 minutes and 50 seconds and a total on time of 67 minutes, and plugged into a USB 2.0 port on a desktop computer. It took it 51 minutes and some change to recharge. Will it recharge faster if you put it into some type of power brick? It might. I don't know. I don't care either. The app is quirky. Absolutely, the app is quirky. Is it so quirky it can't be used? Absolutely not. Once you learn its quirks, it's pretty easy to cope with, I think. I'm impressed with the audio. I'm really impressed with the audio, considering it's an AKASO camera, and the audio for most other AKASO cameras I've heard has been barely acceptable at best. The fill lights, the little LEDs on the front that are supposed to fill in, I honestly could not find a situation in which they were useful. You might find one, I don't know, but I couldn't, and honestly, I'll be honest with you, I didn't try that hard. The vibration motor in it is actually pretty strong. If this is on your body anywhere and it vibrates, you'll feel it. I had another problem with the app. I'm assuming it was the app. You know, I've got a 3-year-old Samsung Galaxy S10 phone. I've probably dropped it 487 times. It's in a OtterBox Defender case, and it has survived all the drops and seems to work fine. What is this issue? I don't know. But what was happening to me is I'd be recording video, I'd hit the stop recording button, and then when I started recording, it would tell me that there was no SD card in it, which of course is not true because I only stopped recording 10 seconds before that, or a minute before that. So I discovered what was happening is, if you look at the camera, when you're taking videos, the yellow Wi-Fi light should be on, and the blue light should be blinking when it's recording. So I found out what was happening when I was hitting stop record on the app, and the app looked like it stopped recording. The camera was still recording. The blue light was still blinking, and I did not get the vibration that signified that the camera had stopped. So at that point, what I would have to do is hit the back button on the app to go out of the recording interface into the main app interface, then tap on connect camera, and it would go right back in, and then I would hit stop recording again, and then every time on the second try it would actually stop recording, and then when I hit record again, I didn't get the no SD card thing. And I tried a different SD card. It wasn't the SD card. And how often did that happen? I think it happened to me 3 times out of all the times I turned the camera on and off. So yes, the app is quirky. And that's another one of its quirks. Is it the app? Is it my phone? I don't know. And honestly, now that I know how to get around it, it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully, if you have one of these and it's happening to you, my video will help you a little bit. The temperature of it. it gets pretty warm, especially when it's over 100 degrees outside, 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I checked the temperature of this after recording 4K video on a 100+ degree day with the Vevor thermal imaging camera I just reviewed, link above. And I found the hottest spot on the back was about 132 degrees Fahrenheit. The hottest spots everywhere else were anywhere from 119 to 122. So yeah, it gets pretty warm. It also never crashed from heat. And if it's not going to crash from heat on a 110+ degree day recording 4K 30 video for me, I doubt if it's going to do that for you as well. Oh, another thing I wanted to cover are the magnets. The magnet is actually in the body of the camera itself. Let me show you. Here is a little pocket knife. So as you can see, there's a camera, there's a magnet in the camera itself. There's no magnet in this. It just connects on, and you can see there's no magnet in that at all. There's also no magnet in the little swivel stand. It just clips into the magnet that's on this. However, on this thing they called the magnet board, there is a magnet. So as you can see, there's a magnet in that as well. So that makes it really strong connecting to that. So I found the usability of all these different things. I don't think I ever even put it in its little rubber. The usability of all this is really good. You shouldn't have any problems finding a way to clip this and use it. Okay, I think that's all that I wanted to touch on. So what are my final thoughts on the AKASO ultra lightweight 4K keychain vlogging camera? Well, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. For starters, the build quality is super nice. There is absolutely nothing cheap or flimsy feeling about this. I was really quite surprised in that regard. Secondly, I think the image is really, really good. It's certainly as good as anything I need or will want. I'll probably won't even do 4K 30 with it. I'll probably stick to 1080p because it's pretty much everything I do. But certainly the native resolution in 4K is excellent. The little fill lights, I could not find a use case for them. Maybe you will. The audio, I mean, this is an AKASO. I was not expecting great audio. I was hoping it was going to be barely acceptable, but in actuality, it's really good. On a couple of my walks, I caught myself whispering to myself, and it recorded it. Embarrassingly enough, it recorded it perfectly. Yeah, I cut it out so you didn't get to hear it, but I'm impressed with the audio. The electronic image stabilization works and it's acceptable. It is not quite up to what DJI and GoPro puts out, but nonetheless, I found the video of me clumping and stomping around to be perfectly acceptable. What else do we need to cover? I think that's it. I'm actually pretty impressed with this, and I'm going to continue using it. I think I have a couple of good use case scenarios for it. For $140, I think you'd be happy with it. I've been told you can find them on sale for 99 bucks in certain places. I got this on the Prime Day deal. Thank you again, worth it or not. And I paid less than 99 for it. So I'm very pleased with it. I do not have any way to compare it to the Insta360 Go. I am not going to buy one of those, and I do not know anybody who has one to let me use it to compare it to. But if you're like me and you're a cheapskate, I honestly think you'd be really, really pleased with this. Anyway, I will put an affiliate link to Amazon below for this. I want to thank everybody for using my affiliate links. I want to thank Worth It or Not again for pumping out that video real quick to let me get it on a Prime Day deal. Thanks to all of you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.